as the world celebrates International Youth Day today, what better time can there be to look at the challenges that Zimbabwe's young people are facing? This, of course, includes the increase of abuse of drugs and substances amongst the youth. We ask, can the current generation build a better tomorrow?
Now, the situation has really become so dire that a lot of influencers have now taken it upon themselves to start to speak out about the situation, especially where it comes to issues of drug abuse. Now, the government has also taken steps to curb the surge in access to drugs, but it is certain that more needs to be done. So, Morning Rush, ZIM Prime caught up with young Zimbabwe Chevrons bowler Brad Evans and singer Pachiera, and here is what they had to say about the matter.
Hello everyone, it's Brad Evans here. As we celebrate World Youth Day, I just have a small message to the children of Zimbabwe. Try your best not to get drawn into situations where you're being made to do something that you're not comfortable with. Remember, you can always say no. There's lots of bad things and bad people in this world that will try and convince you to do something that you know is wrong. And in that case, just say no. And the further you stay away from those bad things and bad people, the better. So keep striving for greatness and achieving great things, because I'm sure one day you will. So cheers to the next generation and have a good day.
Hello everyone, my name is Pachiera and ndinokushuvirai a happy International Youth Day. Muve nezuva rakanaka mukomborerwe ngatingodzidzei kuzvishandira semayouth tichishandisa maoko edu nezvipo zvedu zvatakapiwa naMwari. Let's stay away from drugs. Tichashandisa zvinodhaka. Enjoy your day and God bless you.
You know, when we talk about drug and substance abuse, it's a really big issue that's on the rise in Zimbabwe, and I know we've mentioned it before, but we actually have to now become more proactive than we've been before, because a couple of years back this wasn't a thing. It wasn't a problem. I mean, our biggest issue at the time were things such as maybe painkillers and marijuana and the cough mixture. Those were the things that we had to deal with, and I think we kind of had a bit of control over those. But now we are being hit by the insurgence of hard drugs. So you find your crystal meths all over our streets, including in our schools. You know, somebody recently, we were having a conversation and they were saying one of their students was caught in school selling spiked brownies, for example. So even in schools, now we have to get to a point where we actually start to be proactive, thinking about, look, what are the ways that these people are getting these drugs into our systems, into our schools, and how can we counter that? So we kind of have to figure out how to get ahead of the system, because it really is a big problem. And so especially with crystal meth, you get to a point or they're awake for weeks. And when they're awake for weeks, they're idle. They don't know what to do with themselves. They've got all this energy burning in them and they've got nothing to do with it. This is how we have an increase in crime, for example, because now they're like, look, I need to figure out what to do with myself. I'm just going to do it.
I know when you stay awake for like over 2 or 3 days, you start hallucinating. You start seeing things. You start seeing animals chasing you, or you
become paranoid.
You become paranoid, and then you want to kill everyone. And you know, Mugo could be a murderer. Then I just stab him, and then that's a murder.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really something that we are actually needing to be conscious about now.
Yeah, certainly. So against that background, I think it's time for young people to realize that they are not the future, but they are living like now, just like the theme that the day is going under intergenerational solidarity and creating ages. I mean, really, it's something that they have to think about and realize it's now. It's never about the future. They have whatever they have to do, whatever they can change. They have to change now.
Absolutely. Now, ZIM Prime definitely has been shining the spotlight on issues to do with drug and substance abuse. You can catch Drug Haven every Wednesday evening, where we look at the different issues that are affecting our communities, that have led to a lot of our youth feeling that they need to be on drugs, where they're getting some of these drugs, how they are affected by them, the things that they are, you know, because it destroys your life. It really destroys your life. And until you start to see the pictures that some of these youth paint for us, I don't think you'll fully understand the scope of what we're dealing with. But the call is, let's all be proactive. Our youth today are, of course, building a future for the children that are coming tomorrow. What kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? It can't be one of carnage. It can't be one of drug and substance abuse, because then really, where are we going? So let's take a bit more time to be proactive and kind of get involved in stopping this problem.
You're absolutely right, Candice.